Alrighty, today we're diving in to talking about how to build that dream business as a mindset coach. Most importantly, let's talk actual numbers. So, I want to talk about how to really make 100K as a mindset coach. This is like one of the biggest milestones I hear. It's a nice and round, sexy number. A lot of people come in wanting to start a side hustle and then a full-time business as a mindset coach. And like that 100K is like the big milestone that maybe they can leave their day job, maybe they can take themselves seriously. And what I'm going to tell you today is obviously not a guarantee of making 100K. And plenty of people make more not doing this, but I've had a lot of mindset coaches go through our certification. I've trained a lot of them. I have a lot of them coming through our business mastermind. And many of them have made 100K, and some of them have struggled because they didn't do this. And so the main thing that I want you to take out of here today is that I want you to imagine that you want to be a mindset coach and that 100K business is in a warehouse down the street. It is literally waiting for you to take action. It is there if you would just keep going step by step on the way to your big goals. This is really important. It's really important to start with the belief, because if we do not believe that it's possible for us to make 100K as a mindset coach because, I don't know, we're not smart enough, or we're not good enough at business, or not enough people will pay for it, whatever our thought is that is blocking us from getting to that 100K, we will make it true. So let's start with that, making sure we actually believe. And like I said, the metaphor of the warehouse down the street, I love that. It really helps me keep that belief alive when there's a downswing, or when I'm experiencing failure, or when things are difficult. That being said, the next challenge that I see people do is they rush. And I'm going to talk to you about how not to do that today. They want to do it too fast. So they want to get certified, they want to open, the shingle to their business, and they want to make money fast. This can happen, but it also cannot happen. And it doesn't mean anything. It just is what it is. But when we think that it's going to be easy, or we think that it's going to happen faster, we start feeling those emotions of discontent or disappointment, or that we're a failure, or we want to speed up. That's generally what happens. We want to speed up. We want to work harder. We want to go faster. And this creates a sense of desperation. And I want to give you a sports equivalent because I love my sports analogies, and many of us are in sports. So I knew when I was a high school basketball player that I wanted to play professionally. That was my goal. But we know in sports that it's going to take time. It's all laid out nicely for us. You got to do 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, and then if you're lucky enough, you get to play professionally. You have to do it step by step. So I didn't feel this like, oh my God, this has to happen today when I'm 16, right? I'm going to rock it in high school. I'm going to get to college if I'm lucky enough to do that. Then I'm going to get my imprint there. I'm going to do it step by step. Then, and only then, this is like an 8-year plan. Am I going to have the opportunity to play professionally? So I didn't have that like desperation of it has to happen now. I also didn't expect to skip steps. And again, I didn't feel impatient of how long it was going to take because I already had it in my mind. So this is really important from an entrepreneurial standpoint. I see this so much with mindset coaches because they do see the person that like starts their business and, has an online course or passive income immediately, or at least they think that it was an immediate success. It often isn't. And they think that, well, it's going to happen fast for me too. And it's great because we're ambitious, but we can get overly ambitious and make it work against ourselves. So these coaches will set really high goals, and they'll set these goals without any like basis of metrics or math to back it up. Like they don't have any results to really back up that fast growth. And they get frustrated when it doesn't happen in the timeline that they expected. They lose momentum, maybe, and then they convince themselves that it just can't be done. Or maybe they just like start throwing things against the wall and just like trying things frantically, and like customers can pick up on that. And then again, they eventually throw up their hands and say, well, it can't be done. Nobody pays for mindset coaching. And it's only because it just didn't happen in their unrealistic timeline. And they sped up when they should have just been like slowing down, focusing, keeping it simple, being realistic. So what this looks like often is people trying to go too big too fast. So let me give you some like real examples. People want to skip steps. And rarely does this work. It can, but rarely does this work because people don't have the audience just to support that growth. So they might start out as a mindset coach and then they see somebody like me with a certification or small group training or online course, and they try to do it because they think it's a great idea, but they don't have enough people that know about them. So it may be a great idea, it may be a great course, it may be a great certification, it may be a great program, but you have to have enough people in your audience. Or like I said, they start paying attention to Facebook ads that say, well, you can make money in your sleep. If you just create this great course, you'll have this passive income stream and it'll be so easy and like you'll make money in your sleep. And that doesn't work. And then again, they get frustrated and maybe they think the problem is them or it's just not possible to make money. Do you see how these are like spiraling out of control when really the problem was they rushed? Okay. So we have to manage our thoughts about growth and remain calm so we can manage our thoughts when things don't go well. Because regardless of what your audience is, regardless of how patient and realistic your timeline is, you're still going to fail, right? Not rushing doesn't guarantee success either. There's going to be times when it doesn't go well. And we have to be able to manage our thoughts and not make everything mean this big thing. So the root of this problem is the idea that there is something out there that is going to be the thing that creates the hockey stick type growth, that you're going to have this automatic business that's just going to run itself, and you could only crack the code, have the right offer at the right price, then everything's going to work out. And that's complete and utter bullshit. This is just bullshit, okay? The fact is that the growth of a mindset coach or any business to get to that, let's say 100K mark, is going to come from growing you, from you growing. And yes, that can happen fast. And that's based on your background potentially and your ability to step into that next level self. It can happen fast and there can be breakthroughs, but internal growth to build yourself up is often incremental. And yes, there are breakthroughs, but you're not going to go overnight. You have to walk, you have to crawl, then walk, then run. Because here's the thing. In order to have that 100K business that you say that you want, you have to become a 100K CEO. There's a lot that goes into that. Your business is a direct reflection of your inner work. That's why slowing down, not rushing, not being frantic, doing the mindset work that's going to lead you. Yes, you have to do strategy and action, but the mindset work that's going to lead you into being that person for your business. So let me talk to you about what works to keep you out of that rushed, desperate, going too fast mentality, because you're going to burn out and it's not going to work. So how do we stay calm? This is something my coach, Stacey Bayman, teaches. And it's going to be so simple that you're going to be like, why does that work so well? And let me tell you why. This is not like pie in the sky. We're going to do a 3-year plan, but this is not like pie in the sky. Remember, we have to do this based in reality, based on metrics, based on what is actually happening now. Yes, we can dream. We can have big goals. I want you to have big goals, but coming up with a 3-year plan that is actually achievable is really important. Okay. So I did this for my business. I do this with my insider mastermind students, my certification graduates. We teach a 3-year plan. Where do you want to be in 3 years in your business? Is it that 100K? Let's take that, okay? Then we start thinking about what is actually realistic based on the metrics that we have today. And that can be hard in the beginning because you don't necessarily have metrics. But we come up with 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year plan. Then we start knowing that that's in the warehouse down the street. We have to have that belief that it's possible. Otherwise, we will never do the work. We'll never do the work if we don't believe it's possible. Okay. So then we set those goals. We dig into our brain and trust that we have the answers inside ourselves and that we are able to go find the answers in the world. We think strategically about where we are now and what it's really going to take to get where we want to go. Then we start making decisions from there. Because I can guarantee you that getting to 100K is going to take longer than you think it's going to take, and it's going to be harder than you think it's going to be. It's just the nature of it. So when we set a 3-year plan, we get a little distance from it. We still have the big plans, but it does a couple things. It allows us to be calm, to not rush or make decisions and do things in the energy of panic or hustle. Then, this is the real magic, it allows us to make decisions in our business based on growth, not on shiny object syndrome, not on like the throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks, not on like, oh, we're going to frantically try this and grasp at anything and everything. This is what a lot of people try to do. It doesn't work. Instead, we have our 3-year plan that we are going to stick to. We are calm, measured, focused. We're going to stop chasing everything around us, chasing offers that don't work for that plan, creating new things just to keep ourselves busy, grabbing the website and the workbook and the ebook and the workshop and the new course and all the stuff. We only do the things that line up with where we want to be in 3 years. The focus and the calm that comes from doing that is so, so good. Now, within that 3-year plan, this is what we do in our Insider program, you guys, and it's magic. We then come up with 6-month sprints. Guys, this is like gold. So simple, and it freaking works. Okay, we have our 100K goal. Within the next 6 months, you focus on, wait for it, one offer. You sell one thing, especially if you're under 100K. I sell more than that because I'm over 100K. And you focus on doing 3 things during that 6 months. Sell one offer with 3 ways, 3 focus areas. We call them 3 essentials. Okay, 3-year plan. 6-month sprint. Within that 6 months, we have one offer, 3 strategic things we're going to be doing. Okay, so now this is going to feel, you're going to have lots of thoughts and feelings, big feelings about the strategy. You're going to think it doesn't work. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to think it's not fast enough. You're going to want to do a bunch of other things. You're going to get distracted. All the things are going to happen. Okay. And most importantly, for most of us, it feels almost like the antithesis to growth. But in fact, this narrowed focus is how we grow. This is how we make progress. So back to the sports analogy. So imagine that my goal was to play professional basketball, but it wasn't going so well. I wasn't making progress. It wasn't going fast enough. I wasn't making progress at the level or the time frame that I thought that I should. So I just decided to start trying new sports. That, well, if I'm not going to be a professional basketball, maybe I'll do soccer. And I kept shifting back and forth every time it got hard to focus on new things that for sure, if I try this sport, that I'm going to be able to be a professional. This makes absolutely no sense. No sense. And yet this is often what we do as entrepreneurs. We convince ourselves that it's going to be easy or that it's going to be fast, and then it isn't. And then we think, well, if I only shift to something new, it'll be easier. It's going to go faster. It should be going faster. It never is. So we have to stay focused. We have to limit, not expand. And you will be shocked at how hard this is to keep up. Now, this is why you should get coaching. 1,000% you should get coaching. This is why I am in a mastermind. This is why I run a mastermind. This is why we get coaching, because it is harder than it sounds to stay focused. And also, what is also true is this is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Now, again, to get to 100K, to get to any level, in your mindset coaching business, it will be harder than you think it's going to be. It will take longer than you think it's going to take. But there is your dream business in a warehouse down the street waiting for you. When you work on believing that and you come up with a 3-year plan to get there, you can take a deep breath and you can let go of rushing, and you can let go of the drama of it's taking too long. I should just try everything. And I say this with love because I've done this like 1 million times, okay? So we're going to let go of that drama. And then we're going to come back to the next 6 months. I'm going to work on this offer. 3 things I'm going to focus on. Boom, 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 boom. And that restriction is going to give you the momentum to get to where you want to go in the way that you want to get there, so that you don't burn out, you don't get so frustrated, you don't throw your hands up in the air and say, this isn't going to work, nobody will pay for this. You stay the course. Again, way harder than it sounds. In fact, this is the work you will do, working on believing that that business is there waiting for you if you do the work, and then restricting that work. Guys, it works. It works. This is what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. This is what my students are doing in the certification, in the Insider Mastermind. This is the work. It is possible to get to that level that you want in your mindset coaching business, but we have to do it in the right way. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Certification is, we're doing the certification right now. We're in week 2. I think that we're going to open up, I'm not really exactly sure, but if you're interested in being in the certification, we'll probably open up early summer. So get on that wait list, get your buns certified, build your dream business the right way. I can show you how. All right, all. Bye for now.